out on the town for some live music. And there's nothing like going backstage and down the hall for a VIP pass to the inside information and interviews with the bands, singers, and songwriters that you enjoy. Welcome to Hall Around Town Radio's Backstage Hall Pass, a showcase of homegrown talent, mixing independent music with personal interviews and a behind-the-scenes look at our music community. Backstage Hall Pass is your front row center seat to some great conversation with the area's most talented artists. Whether you like rock, blues, folk, country, or R&B, Backstage Hall Pass delivers you a daily dose of the stories behind the music. And now, here's the host of our show, Scott Hall.
All right. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome, one and all, to the broadcast today. If you're out there, say hi. We'd love to hear from you. Hi, Jeff Spencer. Thank you for being here. All kinds of good things today. All kinds of good things. We're going to do Top 5 Tuesday today, bringing you the top albums that are going to turn 50 this year. 50. Patrick O'Neill in the house. How you doing, Pat? Patrick is here. So if you're out there, guys, say hi. It's a little slow to get started here. We'll see if the Book of Face gets us sent out to the folks and notified. Kathy Schmidt, how are you? Hi there, Jeff. Thanks for the comment. Good to have you with us as well. All right. Glenn is in the house from the YouTube channel. How did we get 100 views on YouTube the other day, Glenn? That's what I want to know. How'd that happen? We had 2.6 thousand on the old Book of Face, but somehow the YouTube lit up on Thursday. Did you send that out to a lot of people? I don't know. Good day, Patrick. Stephanie, thank you for being here. How is everybody? How you braving the cold weather here? Been a little chilly, been a little snowy. They say we may get some more snow this week, so that's always fun. If it's going to be winter, it might as well snow, you know? That's the way I look at it. Might as well just snow. Absolutely. I do want to remind you that we have a special Wednesday with the band tomorrow. Wednesday with the band will be coming your way from Pullman Lanes down in Hamilton, Ohio. Bringing you the fellas from the Standard Country Time Band coming your way. So that's all going to be going on. We're looking forward to that. And that'll be happening tomorrow at around 3:30 or so live. So if you don't get to watch it live, throw it in the old player there and look at it later. Well, Kathy, I hope you overcome this and get past all that, because that's no fun a bit. Not at all. Not at all. So 50 years today, 50 years old albums in 2022. What do you think? There's a lot of them. There's a whole bunch of them that we're going to talk about today. But yeah, 50 years of music. And we're going to talk about it here in Top 5 Tuesday. And there's a lot of them, like I said, that we want to mention. And I'm just going to start throwing some of them out there. Gosh, how about some old Paul Simon? Anybody remember Paul Simon? If you remember any of these, make some comments. The only way for this show to be successful today, and this topic is somebody sent this to me and asked that we do it and all that. So I said, why not? It's probably not going to be the highlight of a lot of people who weren't even born at that time, but it may be. You never know. How about Paul Simon, man? Paul Simon, 1972. His album called Paul Simon. Lots of great stuff out there. Mother and Child Reunion. Me and Julio Down by the Schoolyard. Those, those were good ones. Hi, Tom. Thank you for being here. Thanks for dropping in. School's out, Patrick says. Okay, there you go. Well, what do you think, people? Throw them in there. If you know one that's 50 years old today, let's hear from you. I'm going to go down some list. Aretha Franklin, Young, Gifted, and Black. That came out in 1972. It was a big hit. She had tunes like Rock Steady and covers of the Beatles, Elton John, Otis Redding, and Nina Simone on that one. Young, Gifted, and Black. Aretha Franklin's going to be 50 years old this year. The album is. Okay. David Bowie, Ziggy Stardust. Is that on my list? I don't know. I'll have to look. I've got so many of them. So many of them. Hi, Kara. We're talking about albums that will be 50 years old this year. And a lot of self-titled album in this. Jackson Brown being self-titled. Rock Me on the Water, big song there. So, and Jamaica, Say You Will, Song for Adam, all from Jackson Brown. Hi, Jim. He says, John Lennon, Imagine. I'm hoping all these that you pick, all these that you pick today are 50 years old this year. I don't have time to look them up and see. So I'm hoping that everything you guys throw out there is correct. If it's not, I'm sure somebody will correct you. There's no doubt in my mind. All right. Did anyone else lose their feed? That's what I want to know. Anyone else lose their feed? Y'all still seeing it? If you're still seeing it, that's great. I'm not seeing it anymore for some darn reason. I'm not seeing it on my iPad. Oh, well, good. All right. Kara said no, so apparently she's got the feed. Baby, I'ma Want You by Bread. There we go. Stephanie's still here. All right. Well, I'm still here too. I'm just not here live on the old. I'm just going to have to close it and try it again. There it is. We are back. That's all right. Maybe it'll catch up. There we go. So lots and lots of my Jamie Combs, a friend of ours that plays amazing music and loves vinyl. He posted today on our page that he thought that all of the albums that I had listed on the page or put covers up to and all the other comments he had in his collection. He's got quite a vinyl collection, Mr. Jamie Combs does. So, yeah, if you're out there, guys, and you want to throw this in, we're talking about today the albums that are turning 50 in 22 this year. Neil Young's Harvest, Todd Rundgren's Somebody Anything. I mean, these are mostly rock that I'm throwing at you today. Hi, Corky. Thanks for seeing me. I'll see you tomorrow, I hope. We're going to be down there at Pullman tomorrow doing a live Wednesday with the band right after the show from 1 to 3 down there. Glenn says Eagles alarm. Okay. Thank you, Glenn, for that one. Jethro Tull, Thick as a Brick is on the list from 1972. Gosh, there's a bunch of them. Deep Purple's Machine Head. Tracks on that one like Highway Star, Space Truckin'. Man, Deep Purple, some great music there is on the list today. And I'm not really going to categorize these in a 1 through 5 today because there's just so many of them to talk about. And Kara says Poco. There we go. A good feeling to know. The Doors, LA Woman. Wasn't, 1972, a year that defined music 50 years ago. Pretty cool stuff. The Doobie Brothers had an album in that year. Eagles obviously had an album. The Allman Brothers, Eat a Peach. There we go. And Steely Dan, Can't Buy Thrill. Thank you for that one, Dave. Appreciate it. All right, let me keep going here. Humble Pie had an album called Smokin' in those days. And, you know, I'm not steering away from country or anything. This is just kind of a rock and roll category today. When you talk about vinyl albums, they become the popular keepsakes of people. So we're kind of sticking to the rock genre. But if you've got one that's not rock, throw it in there for sure. Yes, Rio Grande, Mud's ZZ Top. Mud ZZ Top. There we go. All right. Yes. Donna says she loves Poco. Okay. Thank you, Donna, for that comment. We appreciate you guys being here today. So keep them coming, guys. If you can, if you're Googling or looking this stuff up, you're going to be amazed at the number of albums that came out in 1972. And just a ton of them. A ton about Jim Croce. You Don't Mess Around with Jim came out in April of 1972. So, you know, and I mean, let's see what that one says here. Album's title track peaked at number 8 but it was initially met with lukewarm sales, and then tragedy struck in 1973 when Croce died in a plane crash, and the song "Time in a Bottle" was released, a single following that, and man, it became huge. So yeah, some good stuff. Jim Croce in April of 1972 with "You Don't Mess Around with Jim." Yes. We're talking songs or albums, either one today, whatever you want to throw in there, guys. Nitty Gritty Dirt Band, Circle Be Unbroken. Thank you for that. Vaughn Sutherland checking in on the comment section today of Vaughn Sutherland Country Roads Music. If you guys want to check him out, check out his page. What's Scary got today? David Bowie, The Rise and Fall of Ziggy Stardust, and The Spider from Mars. There you go. Thank you for that one. Dr. John had one called Dr. John's Gumbo back in the day in 1972. Remember Jeff Beck, the Jeff Beck group? Yeah. Huge stuff. Huge. Jeff Beck. Hi, Chris Reese. Hey, thanks for doing the 40 years thing that you posted on the page too, Chris. That was kind of cool to see 40 years ago as well. We may start doing a few of those. That's kind of fun. And it's fun to have you all here today commenting on this. For those of you that are old enough to remember or are connoisseurs of old live music. And when I say old, let's face it, folks, 50 years ago, that's old. It is. Considering now they're considering classic to be from the 90s. Yeah, classic rock the other day I heard coming out of the 90s. Not what I think of classic rock. I think of classic rock as Zeppelin and things like that. The Wonder said Volume 4 Black Sabbath. Thanks for that. The Beach Boys, Carl and the Passions, So Tough. That came out in 1972. Honky Chateau by Elton John. Okay, Elton John. That one was out in May of 1972. Let's see what else we've got here. Chris, 50 years ago, you were 1 year old. Well, I was a few years older than that, my friend. I will say that. I'll just leave it at that. Once you get past 50, it doesn't matter anymore. You just go backwards. Yeah. So I'm headed back in my 40s right now is what I'm trying to do. What do we got here? Kara says Obscured by Clouds, Pink Floyd. Sly and the Family Stone, Jim Killer. What was the name of the album? Do you know, Jimmy? Eagles. Thank you. We've had that one. American Pie. Was that out in 72? Interesting. Stephanie wasn't even born yet, but you probably know a lot of these songs we're talking about. I bet you do because they are timeless vinyl classics. Absolutely. Randy Newman's Sail Away from 1972. That came out. And yeah, really interesting. Randy Newman. He's got a great voice as well. Curtis Mayfield, Superfly, Chris Reese thrown in there from 1972. Little Feat, Sailing Shoes, that came out in May. The Eagles was out in June of 1972. And really good stuff. Witchy Woman, Take It Easy, Peaceful, Easy Feeling. Huge. That would probably top the list. One of the top ones on the list today, I would think. If we categorize these in something of top five, Eagles is going to have to be up there in the top five. Machine Head, Deep Purple is going to be in there for me as well. I mean, Highway Star, great song. Gary said American Pie was 1971. Thank you for that. What's up, Scotty Long? Thanks for joining us today. We're talking about albums that turned 50 this year. If you're just joining the show, get involved in the conversation or Google it or do something and see what you think out there. The Pink Floyd we've had, John Lennon and Yoko. Some Time in New York City. Who broke up the Beatles, people? Yoko did. I don't know. I haven't watched the Beatles documentary yet, but it's scheduled. It's just I've got to have 8 hours to get it in. But we hope to do that. Exile on Main Street, the Rolling Stones. That's a great one, Glenn. That'll be in the top 10 for sure. All right. What else we got? And thanks for checking in on YouTube, Glenn. We appreciate that. Our solid YouTube viewer every day where you go live. Roxy Music had an album in 72. Obviously, School's Out, another one that would be up there in my top five Massive, massive album by Alice Cooper from June of 1972. Oh, there's one I didn't think of. Bette Midler, The Divine Miss M. Interesting. Neil Young Harvest. Yeah, we mentioned that one too. That's a great one. Doobie Brothers, Tool House Street, 1972. Listen to the music, and Jesus is Just All Right came off that one. Huge, huge album. Listen to this. I mean, listen to this stuff. Chicago 5. Can you imagine in 1972, Chicago came out with Chicago 5? They did. Crazy. There was a run. It was their first chart topping album and kicked off a run of consecutive number one albums of 5 of them. So Chicago 5 was the first of 5 number one albums. Song Dialogue peaked at number 24 on the Billboard charts, and Saturday in the Park reached number 1 off that album. So y'all know that one. All right, Give It Up, Bonnie Raitt. Thank you, Kara. Yep, Gary, we mentioned that at the beginning of the show. Young, Gifted, and Black. That was Aretha Franklin, a big breakthrough album there. And yes, Elton John. Don't shoot me. I'm just only the piano player. Yes. Thank you, Glenn, for those. Getting a lot of votes for David Bowie today. Joni Mitchell too. Yeah, that folk era back there. And again, I'm kind of bringing you rock tunes, the list I have today, but there was a whole folk side of things. Country was not a huge list from 1972, but if you like country, there was some good country stuff out there. Peter Frampton had Wind of Change in 1972. And after he broke away from the group Humble Pie, if you didn't know that. And some people guest appearing on Peter Frampton's Wind of Change album were Ringo Starr, Billy Preston, and Klaus Vormann. And as did Spooky Tooth member and Future Foreigner co-founder Mick Jones. So some pretty big hitters in that one. Sorry, guys. I've got the, I don't have the Rona, but I've got the upper respiratory again. Tired of this crap. Tired of it. Got to make it through trivia tonight without coughing all over the place. That'll be a good one. I do have my Barry White voice on for those of you who will make that snide comment. Al Green, Let's Stay Together. Chris said he thinks it was 72. Somebody Google that. I love that song. I love Al Green. Good stuff. Man, I may have to check out on you here. I got the tickle going. Here, let me mute. Now you can hear me now. All right. Sticks. Okay. What else we got? Curtis Mayfield, Superfly. Van Morrison, St. Dominic's Preview. Came out in July. You roll through some more of these. Rod Stewart, Never a Dull Moment. You Wear It Well was on that album. How about that? Love some Grand Funk. Thank you, Jeff. Good stuff. Yeah, Sticks came out in August of 1972. And pretty good album. Didn't do horribly great, but they kind of fully developed themselves after that album. And Kara says January 31, 1972, Al Green. Thank you to Kara and to Chris Reese for that one. Scotty Long, we had that one in there earlier. Yes, thank you for that. Love it. What else do I have here today as we go? Now, if I can get this. Yes was a huge group back in the 70s, and Yes had Close to the Edge in September of 1972. How many Yes fans do we have out there? There's another one of those technically perfect bands. Yes, Rush. I mean, unbelievably good. Unbelievably good. All right. Donna says Bee Gees, To Whom It May Concern. Love some Bee Gees. We do. I'm a disco era guy. I played a lot of disco music in the clubs back in the day when I was skinnier and prettier. I did. Yeah. And I wore, yes, polyester pants and satin shirts and all those things. Yes. Kara saw Yes in the late 80s and she loves them. I do too. I think they're great. I love the song Roundabout, one of my favorites. Owner of a Lonely Heart came out a decade after this one in the early 80s. But, that was in the era of Yes, King Crimson, and so many of those big kind of prog rock groups talking about Rush, talking about Yes. Let me see what I missed from Gary here. Yes, I did see that. I just ignored it. Thanks. No, I'm just kidding, Gary. No, Kiss in 73. Yes. Song for You by the Carpenters. Now, there's somebody who was taken away too soon. Karen Carpenter, man, what a voice. You call me what you want for liking the Carpenters, but I'm telling you, smooth with a V. Smooth with a V it was. Three Dog Night Old Fashioned Love Song. Thank you for that, Jeff. Keep looking up the 72 songs, guys. I appreciate it. I didn't do nearly enough homework, obviously, today. Genesis was out in 72 with an album called Foxtrot. And gosh, do you guys remember a group called Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band? They had an album called Clear Spot. Yes. Weird stuff. Pete Townsend had a solo album in 1972. Stevie Wonder had an album called Talking Book. That came to us in October of 1972. You Are the Sunshine of My Life, and I Believe were on that LP. That's also the huge one, the huge Chris Reese hit. I didn't know Stevie Wonder did this, Chris Reese. Superstition. I'm just kidding. But yeah, Superstition came the first number one hit. Yes. How about that? Stevie Wonder. Burning Love, Elvis. All right. Joyce loves Karen Carpenter. Yeah. He should have stayed quiet. Man, don't be hating on the brother. I actually saw an interview recently with him, and he was very humble and it was a great interview, actually, talking about their music and how they put together that music and the tragedy of his sister dying and all that, which, really ended the whole thing. But he's gone on to write and gone on to produce for people and all kinds of things. Yeah, Scotty, that one's got the most votes today. Eagles, and I have to throw it in there in my top 5 for sure. Glenn says for the Roses, Joni Mitchell. All right, let's get to a few more. Al Green, I'm Still in Love with You from October of 1972. Yeah. Look What You've Done for Me. That was one hit, and I'm Still in Love with You. Lou Reed's Transformer. How about Lou Reed? Take a Walk on the Wild Side. That's good stuff. Breakout single from that album. How about War? The World is a Ghetto. War. It's in there. So, what else you got, people? Anything? Because there's so many more. Chuck Berry, the London Chuck Berry. Yeah. Slade, Cat Stevens, Catch Bull at 4. The Band had Rock of Ages. That's a good one. What else do I have? The Raspberries. Gosh, Black Sabbath was in there. We mentioned that one. Moody Blues, The Seventh Sojourn, Uriah Heep, Edgar Winter, Rod Stewart, all with albums in 1972. Mott the Hoople, Uriah Heep. Again, man, they're in there a bunch. Bonnie Raitt, Give It Up album. Somebody mentioned that one earlier. Grateful Dead had Europe 72. It came out. And then obviously Little Feat, T-Rex. They did Bang a Gong, if you remember that one. Honky Chateau, Elton John, Neil Young's Harvest. Steely Dan, Can't Buy a Thrill. Todd Rundgren, Something Anything. Gosh. And probably in the top of my list. The Eagles, the Rolling Stones, Exile on Main Street. Yes, Close to the Edge. And I've got to add my Doobie Brothers. Love the Doobie Brothers in there. So that's where it's at today. That was kind of, somebody asked, do we do this topic? Send it to me. And we always like to try to help out and do things people want to hear. And the guy that asked wasn't on the show. So I'm going to give him some crap. I am. Because, we could have done the top 5 candy bars or something today. Cherish, David Cass. Oh, Kara, going back to her Partridge Family era days. Yes. And Gary Glitter. Gary Glitter. Who remembers Gary Glitter? Gary Glitter. Got into some trouble, he did. Looking Glass, Brandy, You're a Fine Girl from 72. Great song. Just don't sing it to Brandy Conero. She'll slug you in the jaw. She will. REO Speedwagon. There we go. Thank you, Scotty. Thank you, Glenn. I'm going to try to save my voice for tonight. So we're going to end this one up today, but thank you so much for being here. Hopefully you all had a great time. Send me your cough remedies so I can make it through 2.5 hours of trivia at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. Do want to let you know tomorrow we will be live from Pullman Lanes with Wednesday with the Band, featuring the guys from the Standard Country Time Band. And maybe I can get Hollywood in there as well to join me a little bit. And then we will also, thank you, Chris. We will also be on Thursday live from the Bell and the Bear, voice permitting. I'll be doing our live Thursday show with Who's Playing Out in the Tri-State. That's coming to you live from the Bell and the Bear, where we're kicking off Autism Rocks. And folks, give people a chance. Saw a really negative post today about that. Just lighten up. People get way too overboard on a keyboard. Lighten up a little bit. Give them a chance to do some things for Autism Rocks. It's a good group of people. It is. It's a great group of people. Elderberry was saying, thank you for that. Kara saying honey, lemon, and whiskey. That's probably more my style. No offense, Donna. Yes. Take some fresh honey, Glenn said. That's a double-edged sword, too, because I take the honey and then it affects my diabetes. And, I'm just falling apart. I am. I'm getting old. It's time to hang up the microphone, the golden microphone, I think. Yes, it is. Yes. Thursday, I will be live at 5:00 from the Bell and the Bear, and then the jam starts at 7:30, Gary, and that's what's going on there. And we'll be doing the Autism Rocks kickoff. That's happening. Joyce, it is. I participated in it last year. I was at the Monkey Bar last year doing a watch party. This year, I will be on February 20th at Lori's Roadhouse with the event there, but I'm going to do the Bell and the Bear. I'm going to help host it on Thursday night this week. It's the kickoff party, 30 days of Autism Rocks. And that'll be going on. I take the vitamin D every day, Donna. I do. And yes, Joyce says, gargle with warm salt water. Can I gargle with whiskey? That doesn't count. I want to thank you guys so much for participating in this daily. I appreciate y'all very much. It's a great time to talk to all of you on here and talk a little music. So Wednesday with the Band tomorrow, Thursday, Who's Playing Out, brought to you by Froggies in Monroe. And we'll see you out and about. Get out there and support live music and the venues that bring it to you. And Joyce, we are going to be doing some Name That tunes here too, locally. So I will get those dates out and watch for those on the trivia page. I know you guys like to be involved in that. So that's fun. Dirk says Fireball. I need magnesium too. Goodness, man, I'm going to be full of all kinds of stuff here if I take all your advice. Be a walking time bomb. Yes. I feel fine. I just got that upper respiratory cough and irritated crap and stuff. Yes. Scotty, you're doing Little River Bar and Grill, aren't you? Monkey Bar last year, Little River Bar and Grill this year. I think you're doing that one. I know you're doing that one. I've seen your stuff on it. But yeah, I'm going to be actually at Lori's for the event that day for some of it, but I may pop around to some other locations And Delta Dawn, Tanya Tucker, was that 72? What's that flower you have on? Wow. Thank y'all. We've been 30 minutes. We're out of here. Hope you have a great day. What are we going to play out? Let's play some music, local music out. Let's see what I can do here. What have I got loaded? That's the question. Still probably the same stuff. Yeah, I'm waiting on Johnny Fink's CD to get here and some other ones that we're going to trade out. But let's end it with my buddy Kevin McCoy. We're still looking for his guitar. So we'll end it with Kevin McCoy's new song, Moonlight. Check it out, people. See y'all later. Thanks for watching. Tune in tomorrow live from Pullman Lanes. We'll be on about 3:30. If you can't check it out tomorrow, check it out after the live. We'll see you soon. Here's Kevin McCoy.
Lying so close to you tonight, feeling your heart in sync with mine. Your soft touch, your kiss, your skin. I told myself I wouldn't fall, but I'm falling into your blue eyes. I can't keep from staring. I can't concentrate when you're wearing nothing but the moonlight. Moonlight, girl, your every move feels so right. Oh, tonight, girl, I'm gonna love you all over till dark turns to dawn. Can't help it when all you got on is nothing but the moonlight. Never felt quite like this before. I got a hunger that I can't ignore. I feel it burning down deep in my soul. I told myself I wouldn't fall, but I'm losing control of my senses. But I'm way past caring. I can't concentrate when you're wearing nothing but the moonlight. Moonlight, girl, your every move feels so right. Oh, tonight, girl, I'm gonna love you all over till dark touch to dawn. Can't help it when all you got on is nothing but the moonlight. Baby, let's go where we've never been before. Bite your lip, close your eyes tonight. We're burning the sky, wearing nothing but the moonlight. Moonlight, girl, your every move